In this session, we are going to talk about character function. Do you know what a character is? Well, I'm not talking about the traits in you. Well, that makes a character, but then in the alphabet, the character is just a single letter. How do we handle this in Java? As you know, Java has the string data type wherein it's a group of characters or words put together which is called a string. But the character function has certain functions to handle each and every character from a string, or maybe even when you give a character array enclosed in single quotes, as we've already seen before. So every character enclosed in single quotes will be taken as a character, and we are going to see functions as to how to handle these characters through sample programs. So in this session we are going to see some sample programs, namely 3 programs, one on character function, one on counting the number of words, and the other program on counting the number of white spaces. So shall we see these programs? The program that you see on the screen is a program on character function. As you can see, I have a class called character function and the static void main method. Now what I have introduced is a character array. This char stands for character variable. The ch is the name of the variable which is an array, and this is how I've initialized the array. As I told you, the characters should be enclosed in single quotes like this. So there are 4 characters. Well, you'd be wondering, I'm seeing only 3 characters on the screen, where is the 4th? Well, here is the 4th, which is a white space. Now all these 3 characters are different, isn't it? Like, say for example, A is a letter in lowercase, 5 is a digit, you have A in capitals, and then a white space. Now let's see how I'm handling these 4 characters in my program. I'm using a for loop. I is equal to 0 and I less than ch dot length. So what is the length of the array? The length of the array is 4, but you should always know that a for loop, here the high is 0, therefore the index value will be taken as 0. So it will be 0, 1, 2 and 3, and 4 cannot be less than 4. That's why we have given the less than symbol here, not the equal to symbol. So I less than ch dot length, and I am incrementing I. Now I am printing here on the next line plus ch, that is this character array, and I am saying if it is digit, and in this I am using the character function and its method is digit ch of I. Now this character function dot is digit is going to check if the first value, that is in the 0th index, if A is a digit. If it is not a digit, it will print a boolean value as false. The next thing I have just checked out, system.out.println ch of I is a letter, and for that I am using this method called character dot is letter method of the character array I. Now A is a letter, right? So it will print it as true. Now the third instance, I have system.out.println, and here I am finding if the character is an uppercase. So the 0th is lowercase a, therefore this will return a false. Now in the 4th instance, I am checking if it's in lowercase, and this is the method that I am using. So please note, all these methods are predefined methods. These are not methods that have been created by us. The character over here is a class, and the is lowercase, the is uppercase, the is letter, is digit, and is white space, they are all methods in the character class. Now character dot is lowercase, it checks if A is in lowercase. If it is, it prints true. and finally it checks if the character class in the array is white space. If it is a white space, it will say true. If not, it will return false. This is how this program is going to run, and this for loop will check each and every letter over here and it will give the required output. So shall we run this program and see the kind of output that it gives? Now I compile this program. Now I execute the program by using the class name, and if you see, a small a is a digit is false, is a letter is true, it's not in uppercase so it's false, a is lowercase is true, and a is certainly not white space, therefore it's false, and 5 is a digit is true, it's neither a letter nor uppercase nor lowercase, or is it a white space. This capital A is a digit is false, capital A is a letter it's true, capital A is uppercase true, is lowercase no, is white space no, and the last one is a white space that you see here. It is not a digit, it is not a letter, it is not an uppercase, it is not in lowercase, but it is a white space which you see as true. So in this character function you can use these kind of functions which are called character functions. And as I told you, we'll count the number of words in this particular program. This is the class word program. I have the public static void main method under the class word. Now I am initiating variables s as a string and integer count, which I have initialized to 1. Now why have I initialized it to 1? Let me tell you as I take you through the program. The data input stream for taking the input from the user, and this is where we ask the user to enter his name, or maybe you can even type enter a sentence. Now here, because we are going to count the number of words in the sentence, so we'll say enter the sentence. Here I say s is equal to das.readline. The data input stream is going to read whatever the user gives as input, and now comes the major part of the program. The character c is a variable, and this s is a string that we have initialized here, and I'm converting the string to a character array. Now this is called character array, so it's going to convert the strings that we say as a character array, and I'm taking it through a for loop for int I equal to 0, I less than c dot length. Why c dot length? Because the s is converted to an array. Suppose I have 20 characters with 4 white spaces, then let's take for example every word has 5 letters. So each and every word is taken as a character array along with the white spaces. So even the white space will be taken. So the character array is here, all the 20 letters are here, the characters are here along with the white spaces. So it will take the total, and now we are going through the for loop. Now I have included one particular if condition here. If I say that c of I equal to 32, as we have already seen in the previous programs, the white space has an ASCII value of 32. So if it comes across this particular white space, then it will add to the count. Remember, we already have given the count as 1. Suppose I type Bond. My name is James Bond. This is how I want to write a sentence. Now I write a sentence. Initially the count is equal to 1. The program asks you to enter an input. Therefore an input has to be entered. Therefore this will be taken as the first word. The next is the white space. So when it comes to this white space, there is a second word, therefore this word will be added to count, therefore now it will be 2 words. Then we'll come across to the third white space, second white space. The third is added, fourth is added, fifth is added, sixth is added. Now it will return the number of words as 6, which is just right. So this is how the program is going to return an output, and that is why I have initialized count to 1, because I'm going to give an input in any case, and that is why we have taken the first word as count 1, and thereon we are going to add to the loop and we are going to find the number of words. So shall we run this program and see how it works? Before that, I'll have to delete this because these are additions. I'll save it, and now I'll type Java C word.java. Yes, something to be overlooked. Now I type Java word. Enter the name it says. I'll simply say my name is Bond, James Bond. So how many words do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's what it shows in your program. Suppose I write the number of words. I run the same program. It asks me to enter a sentence. Now I'll simply say my name is Bob, and now you see I have entered a white space. Like say I have entered a white space. You can see the white space because you can see the cursor one white space away. So now just tell me what will be the number of words. Will it be just 4 or will it be 5? Can you tell me? You got it? Let's try it. Now I'll just enter. You're right, it's 5 because after the white space, because the count has been added, therefore it's taken the white space and one word has been added to it. Now let me give you an exercise. Try to do a program. Take the input from the user. Even if he gives a white space, it should be ignored and the correct number of words should be printed. Can you do it as an assignment? Yeah, it's a challenge. We'll go to the next program, which is the white space program. In this, I've done the same thing that I done in the Word program, but with minor changes. Let's see what they are. Now, the character C, I've given it as a new character and I've given it as s.length. And the s string, I'm going to get it as characters, and this getChars is another function under string, and this is what the position is all about. We've already seen it in the previous program. The 0 is the start position, the s.length is the total length of the words, the C is the character array and its start position. I'm using a for loop, and if C of I equal to 32, which is a white space, then I add on to count because here the count is 0. If the first word is a word and then a white space, it will encounter the white space and take that white space into count. Therefore the number of white spaces will be taken into account, and we are just giving the number of spaces that is there in the words. So let's run this program and see the output. Now I type Java space, enter the name it says, let me say this is a Java program. Now how many white spaces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see 4. How many white spaces do you see? Well, it's right. Now let me run this program once again. I'll first enter a space, then I'll type this is a Java program. I'll enter another space and now I'll press enter. What do you think will be the answer? Will it be 4? Will it be 5? Or will it be 6? You guessed it right. It is 6. So that's how character functions work. So till such time we meet again with more and more of programs, it's bye for now and thank you.